Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy K Breezy here. I hope that all of you watching this are having a great day. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over some of the best tips and tricks that you can use to drastically improve your aim and reach the nearly aimbot-like accuracy that pros like Shard have. Working individually on skills like aiming and reaction time are vital to taking your game to the next level. So, to jump straight into it, this first tip is probably going to be the most basic of all, and it may not be what you want to hear, but it's what you need to hear. And that is, you need to be using the training range and the practice arena to practice your aim. Ooh, wow, shocker, but for real guys, you won't believe the difference it makes taking 10 to 15 minutes before a play session, warming up in the range, and running a few aim drills to get your muscle memory going. And while you're practicing, try to purposely pick up guns with high recoil, like the R99 or Devotion, and try to hit targets that are a bit farther off to make you really have to work to fine-tune your shots. Also, don't be afraid to work on your hipfire accuracy, because in most close range situations, you don't really need to aim down sights, and those few seconds spent trying to do so can mean the difference between life or death. Strafing is also something else you can work on to try to increase your accuracy in that area. If you want an in-depth guide on strafing, you should definitely go check out this video I posted earlier on the channel that goes into depth about some of the best ways to avoid enemy fire and goes over some advanced strafing techniques. This next tip is really going to be aimed at console players and involves you actually turning off aim assist and going into public matches while having the setting disabled. I know it sounds like you're setting yourself up for failure, but think about it like this. Aim assist is more or less a crutch that gaming developers give to console players because aiming using an analog stick is much more challenging than using the mouse and keyboard, mainly due to the severe difference in range of motion. By taking yourself off this crutch, you're going to pull down that curtain and see what your aim really is like without any help by the system. Once you're comfortable aiming without using aim assist and can consistently hit shots with weapons like the R99 and longbow, once you go back to using it, I can promise that you're going to notice a major difference. I do have to give you a fair warning though, because this transition is very hard and the first few matches you're going to play are going to feel like living heck, because it's something you've never done before. But just hang in there, because it's all going to be worth it in the end when you turn aim assist back on and are lasering people like never before, with people messaging you accusing you that you must have aimbot or something. Now, this next setting may be something that you never heard of, and that is the response curve we're using in game. A response curve is basically the speed at which the game registers your movements in response to how long you move the analog stick. By default, the response curve is set to classic, and it's what Respawn recommends for the good old classic response that you had in Titanfall. However, there are other settings like high velocity, fine aim, and linear. High velocity increases the strength of your input and makes small movements much greater. Fine aim helps when making those small gradual movements much more silky smooth, and linear makes it so that the system has no input whatsoever on the way your input is determined, and bases the response solely on how you move your analog stick. It's definitely worth giving a look, and it never hurts to try it out because it could just end up being the next big step of the game that you never even know you needed. For this next tip is to find your perfect sensitivity setting that works the best for you in game and allows you to perform at maximum potential. Now, my personal sensitivity is on 5 because I feel like it's a good compromise between the fast response time while still being able to hit those precise shots with ease. But everyone is different, and finding your own best settings are really necessary to ensure that you're not hindering yourself by directly copying someone else's settings looking to get the same results that they have. One way I feel like to find your best sensitivity is to start from the highest sensitivity and move down one by one until you feel like you've reached a good mix between speed that you can handle without compromising your fine accuracy in the process, and at the same time be able to respond quickly. And I mean, it may take a little while before you get all the tweaks out, but it's definitely worth it in the end because the default settings just aren't going to cut it and are really meant for beginning players. And for this final tip, being aware of your crosshair placement in all situations is crucial if you want to avoid having to whip shots or being caught off guard. Your crosshairs are the foundation of your aim, so consciously placing them in high velocity areas before the enemies arrive is key to improving your aim. This doesn't necessarily mean that you have to pre-aim your sights. What I'm trying to say is, if you know an enemy is around the corner, go ahead and center your crosshairs where you think they're going to appear, and then when they pop out, all you have to do is aim down your sights and let them have it. Having bad crosshair placement is something that a lot of people don't even consider, and I admit that it's something that I need to work on to try and improve in my own game. And I know one bad habit that I have is I like to look straight down when looting an enemy loot box. This is one of the worst things to do though, because you're a sitting duck even more so than usual, because now not only do you need to get out of the loot box menu, you have to recenter your crosshair, and it just makes everything a lot more difficult than it has to be. But with that guys, covers everything I have to share regarding how to improve your aim in Apex Legends and start becoming more consistent at all ranges. The more you practice and apply these rules, the more you see your accuracy improve with time. And don't worry if it's challenging at first, because the more challenging it is, the better reward will be. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon, because then you don't have to worry about missing out on some of the latest Apex Legends news or posts from this channel. And if you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to leave a like, and feel free to comment down below any tips that you have to share on how to improve your aim in Apex Legends, because I'm sure that you guys have some good tips as well. But thank you guys again so much for watching, and as always, it's your boy KB, signing off. Peace.